We're out here digging the trench for my water line. I've got shovels and everything too. Well guys, we made it to the barn. I'm gonna have to hand trench from here to the barn so I can put in because the breaker box and stuff is going right here, so I'm gonna have to trench underneath the barn with the conduit, and I'm gonna head and run the water this way too. So I'm gonna put me a sink in right in this area, or close to it, not next to the breaker box, but putting a sink in here. Then also I'm gonna run across here water, so I can have water in the stalls. But they had to get the little mini excavator because they got the ditch witch stuck. But we're almost done trenching. And then I'll have to come back tomorrow and put everything together. But that's what it looks like so far. Okay guys, this is day 2 of installing the plumbing for the house, or running the plumbing from the water meter to the house. And I'm thankful my neighbor across the street from where we're currently staying with my mother-in-law had a trencher, and you seen earlier he was out here trenching yesterday, and I've been out here today running all the pipe, gluing the pipe, connecting to the meter. Before the water company will turn it on, I have to have a plumber come out and inspect it and make sure there's a check valve. But you can see down there's a brass check valve. You can barely see it, and it come out 3/4, which I already buried it all mostly. It goes out 3/4, and I went to 1.25 inch pipe since it was such a long run. I ended up using roughly 260 feet of 1.25 inch PVC, but you can see I still got to backfill it. I've done a lot, but I still got to do more. But this has been an all-day booger by myself. And while I was at it, while I'm doing all this, I'm also running water to the barn. I already put a lot of the dirt on the pipe so the pipe will stay down. I gotta move the bigger pile over, but I'm not doing that today. That's gonna be day 3. But you can see here, 1.25 inches. Then it's got a T with a reducer with 3/4. And that 3/4 pipe is running to my barn for the animals. Here, this gray conduit, I'm gonna run it from the breaker box, which I got a trench by hand from there to here. And I'm gonna run the conduit with the water line. I got the conduit right now glued in 50-foot sticks. They're already glued together. I've got a fish tape. I'm gonna fish paracord or some kind of rope through there, because right now I don't have the money or the finances to buy the wire. The wire's gonna cost like $900 to run from there to the barn for the breaker box to to power up the lights and stuff and my power tools at the barn. So right now I'm just gonna run the conduit with like I said, a rope down the center of it, so when I get ready to pull it, the rope's already in the line. I ain't got to try to fish the rope through. I think you got 50. That's another set of 50. That's 100 foot. 150. 200. So 200 foot so far of conduit. And it's 1.25 inches conduit. And I did 50 foot because the fish tape I got's 100, but I didn't want to try to struggle or whatever, so I figured I'd 50 foot, pull the rope through, fish the rope through it, glue it together. So 200, 230, because those are a 30 foot section. And then I got another 30-foot section, so 260. Then I got 2 more laying over there, so I figured it's going to be about 280 feet to run to the electric box. I messed up earlier when I was putting a 3/4 in. I went ahead and put dirt in the hole, so I'm going to have to come back where I put the dirt and shovel the dirt back out so I can lay the conduit. The conduit don't have to be as deep as the water one, but I'm gluing it to keep it watertight. Here, I put a ball valve. There's 2 ball valves, one on each end, because eventually I'm going to run to the barn, but I got to dig a trench. Here, I got a faucet for the animals so I can water them and everything. And there are 2 more sticks here. I probably only gonna need 1 more. It's got to run underneath that corner of the barn right there, and the breaker box is going to be right in there. And last night, with my headlights, I built that little pen for the pigs. We picked up these feeder pigs. They're named Pork and Chop. The bigger one is Chop, the smaller one is Pork. We call them pork chops. They're a Duroc Hampshire Cross F1, they call them. We picked them up for the farm. It's gonna be our future bacon. I gotta go get a water bowl and some feed for them. I'm fixing to do that now. I've been out here working since 10 o'clock this morning on the plumbing, and it's been a booger. But this is part of where my garden's going to be. That's why I put the pigs in here, so they could root it up for me. I'm going to expand it out in the next couple of days, maybe next week, with electric fence. I'm just going to put a little electric fence in here and let them get used to the electric fence. And then I want to stretch out with the electric fence out to cover my whole garden area, because I'm going to have a big garden. And let them root it all up and fertilize it for me. Well, we'll get back to the plumbing. I've done little odds and ends plumbing work before. I've never actually done true plumbing work. And I'm telling you, if you're doing it by yourself, like I said, I got 300, I ordered 300 foot, and I got 2 sticks and about 10 foot left over. So 270 foot of 1.25 inch, and then 280 foot of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. I just ran it all. I don't want to cover up where the 3/4 is, because I still got to run that conduit, but I ain't running it today. I already buried it up here, but it comes across right here and it goes this way, and you get right here, it 90s up to the house. And this is my way. By no means I'm a professional plumber, but I come up with a T. There's a 90 in the ground. Come up, I put a T with a crossover to 3/4. I put a ball valve 90'd up to get this faucet I put here outside of the siding, which I am going to come back and put a pole there to support the weight. But then I come out of the T up top. That's an 1.25 inch check valve. There's a check valve at the meter, and there's a check valve here in case anything ever busts. I don't have to worry about the water draining from the hot water heater, then the elements burning up in my hot water heater with the check valve. And then you got a 1.25 inch coupling. Then you got a 1.25 inch to 3/4 threaded crossover there, and then it ties into the fresh water connection to the house. Like I said, in the morning I'm gonna be calling a plumber to come out. The water company that we have here, if you do it yourself, there's a paperwork the plumber's got to sign off before they'll come turn the meter on, unlock the meter. It's currently locked, so before they will unlock it. But hopefully I can get them out here today or tomorrow. I mean Monday or Tuesday of this week, because today is Sunday. And hopefully we get some water. We already got power and the heaters on, so not too long we'll be officially moved in. We've already got a lot of stuff in the house. We've already got a lot of stuff unpacked. It's a slow process. Thank y'all for following along.